What's up everyone, it's Mark aka The Druid here. It's been quite a long since my last video, but a very close friend of mine has recently gone to another plane of existence, so I needed some time to recover. There's a piece of my heart left with him, but here I am, so what best place than this one to honor his memory. This video will introduce a new card from my tarot's collection, of course, but for this I needed the right guest star to set the right mood. Sorry, not you Polyphemus, not this time. Yep, I was actually talking about him, her, it, they, the Majesty. Say hello to my friend Plato. Yes, because the next major arcana of the Journey of the Pooh is gonna be the Empress, aka the Queen of Nature. For this video, I decided to focus on a specific lesson that I hope myself I finally learned. I'm talking about the importance of your line art. Yes, because that's about 70 to 80% of your whole artwork. If that's not reflecting your vision, stop there before moving further to anything else and work on it again. Otherwise, you'll most likely end up with something very frustrating and unsatisfying, no matter how many shades, coloring, and special effects you're gonna add to improve it. With that being said, I will leave you to the rest of the video to see how I struggled to transform some initial real mess into somewhat less of a mess. So relax and enjoy the video. Bye! First of all, I feel it's important to clear something out. I'm a very self-critic person, which can be somehow like having a constantly hanging sword of Damocles over my head, risking to pull myself down easily when I can't achieve what I have in my vision. But it also helped me a lot to find the motivation to do better, to improve myself every time a bit more. That being said, whatever critique I will express in this video, it doesn't mean in any sort of way to offend anybody who's on their own learning process in the world of illustration. Each of us has its own learning curve, its own drawing style, methods and techniques. I decided that I couldn't be satisfied of the final result achieved for this illustration, not because I thought it was horrible, but only because I felt it simply didn't match the standards I want for these cards. Now the disclaimer has been done, I can be a f***ing asshole again. Jokes aside, I really think I lacked motivation and proper references when I created the background the first time. It was the first thing that came up to my eye as something quite off compared to the rest of the composition. A reason more to double or triple check your line art before moving on. So I thought about a perspective change, grabbing the whole layer group concerning the sub-layers related to the background elements and lowering it down enough to give space to a nice sky, which I draw immediately after. After the changes to the background, I moved to the main subject of the scene and tried to apply the best adjustments I could to rip her off from that weird appearance she had when I was watching the card from a farther point of view. I love that pose so much because I thought it looked great on a noble character like the Empress, but the way it turned out in the end gave me the feeling of her floating in the air rather than sitting on a throne. This brought me to a struggle of frustration due to the fact that I initially didn't think about splitting the different parts of the body in different layers, so in order to apply those changes with the legs crossing each other, I had to break down the only layer group I had for the character into multiple layers. So basically I created 4 new layer groups: the part of the dress to the right leg, the left one crossing the right in the back, and the other side of the dress which was behind the feet. What a mess! I even tried to work on the waist part, lowering the belt. If only I hadn't been so stubborn, I would have surely saved quite a bit of time and possibly realized that the best thing in that situation was to, yes, start a new character from scratch. Sometimes you just need to let it go, especially if despite your best efforts, you keep getting that uncomfortable feeling when you look at your illustration. The more I do these kind of mistakes, the more I feel like I learn something new and improve my skills at the same time. But I do also realize more and more the need of a proper method to follow during the creative process, in order to possibly avoid too many of these episodes, especially if you're on a timed schedule for a customer or a company you're working for. Hey, I also got the chance to practice cloth behavior simulation with this new version of the Empress skirt, which I'm pretty happy with. So what do you think? Was it worth to do all that reworking on the illustration or not? Please let me know in the comments under the video. I'd be super happy to read your feedbacks.